I remember when I was a top salesperson, I was like top 3 or something on my team back in the day in this door-to-door company. And I was like, 19 years old? And I had this mentor, the sales manager there, and he was really spiritual. It was like, but he was like one of those strong spiritual people. Like he knew a lot of wisdom, but like he was so self-identified. Even to this day, it's kind of sad. And I remember one time he's like, I'm asking for mentorship. He's like, you should read the book, The Power of Now. I'm like, no. He goes, what? I'm like, I want to succeed more. I don't want to get spiritual. I want to make a bunch of money first before I get spiritual because I'm worried I'll be broke and spiritual. So I told him, like, don't tell me to read that book because I know the power of now. It's just going to make me go into the present moment and not want anything. All my desires are going to fade away. And he's like, you got this all fucking backwards. I'm like, no, there's no way. I don't think sitting down in meditation. He's like, let me ask you something. You want to make $100,000 this year. Do you think being stressed about making $100,000 is going to get you there faster? And I thought about it. I'm like, well, it'll make me work harder. I'm like, if you burn out, do you think your best performance will come when you're afraid? I said, well, no. He goes, then when? I'm like, I don't know, when I'm confident, when I have faith, when I believe, he's like, when you're in flow. I'm like, yeah. He goes, the work you do inside removes all the resistance between you and what you want. It doesn't remove what you want. But sometimes it removes so much resistance, all of it, that you become so at peace that getting what you want is not as exciting anymore. That doesn't mean you don't end up achieving things. It just means you do it without caring. Well, holy shit. Okay. So I read the book. He was right. It helped me. That was one of the books as well that really helped in my journey of realizing that there is such a thing as a now that is outside of the entire world I made up around me. But still, honestly, until this thought exercise, I didn't really separate from my voice. But even at that point, it helped me become more at peace. And it's an important one for everyone to write down is that a peaceful mind is the most productive mind. This is the common fallacy people don't get. You think you're more productive when you're stressed out than a person who's completely in flow, loving their work? There's no fucking way. You'll never lose. You'll never win against that person. Stress will slow you down. It breaks down your immune system, shuts it down, makes you stop thinking creatively. All of the actual things that make you successful are all shut down when you're under stress. You just have the illusion of working hard because you're going through it like this. But a person who wakes up, like, you know what's a good game to understand this? Golf. Go golfing. The more stress or harder you force it, the worse your posture and tension becomes in your body. So you swing like shit. And when you swing like shit, you hit worse balls. And then at the end of the game, you go, what happened? Like you tried to win. That's what happened. You got pissed that you weren't winning. But the guy who's sitting there having a good time, looking at the trees, feeling the breeze, making a joke, he's just hitting every single one just right out of the park. Oh, what the fuck happened? Same thing with music. You think I'm going to play better if I'm extremely nervous about the performance? I'm sitting there, my fingers will tense up? No. Who are the people we love watching that do the best music? They're in flow, man. They're right there in the moment. Just right there. There's no thoughts. They're completely immersed in the experience. And so people who are achievers, they think that doesn't apply to them. They think if I want to achieve more, I can't risk going into the present moment. I go, no, all of your power and talent and skill and performance is sitting in the present moment. It's not in your tomorrow. It's not in your yesterday. It's definitely not in your mind. It's in you getting out of your mind and into this absolute now and just being fully immersed in it, giving all your heart and soul to what you're doing, to that one appointment you have with that person, to that email you're writing, to that call you're making, just being present with them. And that's the illusion that people have. That's why they're afraid to go into this kind of work because they think this won't lead me to success. I go, you're right. It'll lead you way further than that. You'll hit success by accident on the way. So if you're afraid of succeeding more than you can, then yeah, don't do it.